Struggle is a state that you've surrendered to. Something magical happens whenever you actually get struggle is a state that you've simply surrendered to. So Robin puts up a really nice post about this secret of surrender, or the secrets of surrender pack. And God darn it, I love it because I watched the way it weaves into the emails that I'm getting this morning, a couple of their posts on Facebook. And, it's really fascinating to me because struggle is a state that you've surrendered to. Then when you surrender to a state, people always tell me, I really didn't imagine anything. I didn't feel it real. Well, you didn't make a movie. You didn't do any chanting. You didn't do any brainwaves recordings. You simply surrendered to something. You accepted something as true. I struggle. Years ago, Mary sends me an email saying, I am struggling raising the money to get into ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. Will you give it to me? And I said, no. Because if I give it to you, you're just going to take that whole thing about struggling and you're going to struggle with the lessons. And then you're going to send me a lot of emails about how you're struggling with the lessons and it really isn't working for you. Because you've sent me about 17 emails so far and they all have to do with one thing, struggle. Struggle is your primary state. And I want you to surrender to something else. So we didn't have the secret of surrender recording back then, but we did a couple little chats around this and helped her get that struggle is a state that she surrendered to. If I was talking to her today, I'd tell her, get that little pack. Get the attitude of Abdullah, too. They walk hand in hand. But meanwhile, struggle is a state that you surrender to. And you can surrender to something else, like simple. You notice I'm not suggesting the opposite. If you've surrendered to struggle, surrender to simple. Yeah, easy, no problem. So when things are simple, it's easy, no problem. You see, I struggled to put the barbecue together. I mean, it had a stand, it had some screws, some bolts. The instructions were written in the best Chinglish possible. And it's like, I don't get it. I just can't get this right. So I stopped struggling with it and I surrendered to it being done. And the next day, the carpenter's coming over. And so I asked Victoria to ask Raymond the carpenter, hey, can you guys do me a tremendous favor? I know it'll take Raymond 20 minutes to look at the thing and put it together. It'll take me 2 hours of blood, sweat, and tears. I chose not to surrender to struggle. And then I find out, hey, Raymond's coming over tomorrow to work on a project. He's only going to be here for about 90 minutes. I said, cool, keep him for 2 hours or more. Right? Let him do this too. Right? Whatever. Just get this done. Struggle is a state that you surrender to. Now here's the cool thing. Surrendering is what this is all about. I have an imaginal experience that I surrender to, and the podcast comes out gold. Before I get out of bed in the morning, I do my Joseph Goddard to the Max routine. I keep it really simple. I don't struggle with it. Some people struggle with that. You notice how they all weave together? So before I get out of bed, I imagine what would simply imply that I did a great podcast today. Yeah, cool. So I can experience the joy that I would feel seeing your shares, the excitement that I would feel as somebody signing up for ManifestingMasteryCourse.com and, letting me know, hey, I signed up because your podcasts are weird and funny and I think that you're a genius. I love that. Thanks. I don't mind being weird and funny and genius-like. See, I tend to attract people like me who look at the world and go, are they nuts? It doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to struggle like this. We can actually have simple, loving, lovely lives. Our friend Anya right now, she's in Remarkable, and she and her husband are going to Thailand. I don't think she'd mind me talking about this because she's been imagining up simple world travel. And she struggled with this at different times, like we all have with the things that seem big, because we complicated it, and we surrendered to struggle. And when she surrendered to simple, suddenly, hey, it's surprising, it's shocking how simple it all came together. So this is where I invite you to play today. I want you to notice at every moment you've got a decision to make. You can surrender to struggle, or you can surrender to simple. And I want you to surrender to everything. So my suggestions today, get that Secret of Surrender pack. If you want to double up, get that with the Attitude of Abdullah pack as well. You can get those at NevilleGoddardStore.com. Awesome little things, because here's the thing. If what we talk about in the podcast resonates with you, if it tickles your funny bone, if it makes you go, I never thought of it this way. Imagine what the packs do, because the packs are a lot longer. They help you get a lot stronger, and they're focused deep dives into some really cool specialized stuff. So today's suggestions, The Secret of Surrender and the Attitude of Abdullah. Those two are yummy ones for you today. Have a lovely day. Let's imagine up something simple, something lovely. I'm going to imagine up using one sip of coffee, reading your emails, saying thanks, 20. So how would I experience that one sip of coffee while reading your emails in a way that would imply this podcast changed your life? That's what I'll do as we go into the silence. All right. Did you imagine it something simple that implies a wish fulfilled? I hope you did. And I'd love for you to join us and dive deeper. Have a lovely day. My name is Mr. 2020, and you've been listening to the Free Neville Goddard podcast. Dive deeper, soar higher. See ya.